What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee Talk. How you guys doing? I'm driving home right now. So excuse any background noise you guys may hear, or if you cannot hear me that clear, just adjust your volume, turn your volume up. But I just had to tap in real quick, you guys, and talk about this. What's going on here with Wack100 and Bone. As we've seen. Listen, Wack's been real quiet ever since the whole J-Rock situation, a lot of people were saying maybe, it looks like Wack's turned over a new leaf, or, man, that ain't what it is, man. Wack was embarrassed, man, we didn't see exactly what happened, but we seen enough to know that, Wack, this superhero that this super OG that he's been trying to portray himself off to everyone, and no one would ever touch him and all this kind of stuff, got exposed. Which we already knew that, but I'm saying it got exposed enough to the point where Wack was embarrassed, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked kind of suckerish. And that's what it is, he was embarrassed. He ain't turn over no leaf. Wack100 is a troll. We all know this. We've seen the way he's moving and the kind of things he does for quite some time now. And, you know what I'm saying? He, whenever he gets confronted about being a troll, all he ever points to is the fact, I'm getting money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it doesn't change the fact that you do a lot of sucker shit, Wack, you know what I mean? And, he's been kind of quiet because he's been embarrassed. And then we hear this conversation leak out from Bone, Clay, Bone, Sloan, saying a lot of things about Wack100 that, we already kind of knew, he's saying he be turning down fades, because Wack does, a lot of this Instagram beef and things that Wack100 done riled up, things really transpire from that behind the scenes. I'm not sitting here, I got sources for this YouTube stuff, right? But I'm not sitting here and saying, I know everything that happens out there. No, man, I ain't saying nothing like that. I'm just saying, I've talked to enough reputable people, and heard about things that happen. And behind all these little things that Wack's, riled up and sparked up and everything like that, fades, beefs happen and fades get set up, and Wack don't never run one of these fades. You know what I'm saying? He always turns them down. And that's think about that, everything I've ever heard of Bone, is that he's a solid dude. He's trying to make a difference in the, in the streets, in the gang culture. And, he's involved in filmmaking and things like that as well. But at the same time, he still has that reputation of being no joke. You know what I mean? He doesn't play any games. And Wack kept his mouth shut for a few days, when this call leaked out. Like I said, I really don't believe that he intended for this call to leak out, but he was calling it how it was. And I believe Wack fears this man, And what Wack's doing now, thought about it for a couple days, got in his feelings, because he's a very emotional individual. Like I said, this dude popped up talking on my page, man, when I was covering the J-Rock situation. He got real emotional about it, And Wack always, like I said, will always point to, I'm getting money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But you're crying on my page. I'm just a nobody blogger, right? Why are you crying on my page, Wack? You feel me? But anyways, so he can't help himself. And now he puts this post out, and he's trying to flip it and say that Bone is a snitch, basically, with this whole Suge Knight situation. Now, let's talk about this, right? Now, like I said on this channel, and I've said many times, I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not in the streets. I've been in the streets. I've been around, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a family man. I'm a square. I'm a working man. I pay taxes and all that. So have that in mind, when I'm having this conversation. But let's talk about this, man. Do you guys consider Bone to be a snitch? Because this is what's going on is Wack shared an article, and you'll see it on the screen and everything, where he's talking about Bone. And he's saying, this dude took the stand and told you can't take it back, etc. And I gotta say, it says basically he was uncooperative on the stand, that he said he couldn't even tell if Suge Knight was the one driving. You know, listen, there's there's video footage of Bone being run over and all that. You know, Suge was running from him. And, you know, he said he couldn't even tell if that was him. And I think this is corny what Wack's trying to do. In no way was Bone a snitch to me. Check this out, right? Bone aired Suge Knight out. I've spoke about this a few times. Suge Knight showed up on that set. As we know, Bone, known to be a solid dude in the streets. He also works in the entertainment industry and movies and things like that. And from what I understand, he was doing security at the Straight Outta Compton set, on the movie set. So when Suge came there, he had already been there. Bone's like, man, I ain't going for this. We ain't playing these games. We're making a movie here. You're going to get the F out of here. Piece Suge up. You know what I'm saying? Suge ran. He ran down on him. And that was that. We seen the rest of what happened. Rest in peace to, you know, very sad situation. I don't want to really get speaking too much on that. It was at Terry Carter, and then Bone was injured. Now, from the jump, the police and you know, media outlets and stuff like that, the conversation coming from the police, the detectives going to media outlets was saying Bone is not a witness, that like he's no good. He's not cooperating. He isn't telling us anything. Only thing he said is that he whooped Suge Knight's ass. He was being real uncooperative, and he was telling them multiple times, I ain't no snitch, I ain't you know. So in this case, what happened is they subpoenaed him to court, because technically him saying, yo, I whooped his ass, I don't really know, like I ain't no rat, etc., that was took down as a statement. You know, police can use things that they just hear you saying. You know, it doesn't have to be in an official capacity of like where someone says, okay, let's sit down and I'm making a statement. They can say things that they heard you say and all that, on, you know, things people were yelling. And I never understood that, because they can just lie, you feel me, and say, oh, I heard this. So I don't know if that has to be backed up by the body cam or what. But anyways, so then he gets subpoenaed and he goes to court and says, man, I don't even know, I can't tell if that was Suge, etc., etc. I, for the longest, was thinking Bone might get in trouble, because he was saying Suge was trying to claim self-defense. He had to burn it up and get up out of there. And that's why what happened. And Bone was saying he wouldn't cooperate on anything else. All he was saying is, yeah, I put the pause on Suge. So I thought that they might try to flip it because of Bone being uncooperative and tell him, listen, you're going to cooperate, or, you know, we could put this on you because you assaulting this man, you know, is what caused this whole situation to happen. Because I've seen that happen once on like First 48. They picked up a guy who clapped two dudes in the back of a barber shop because a couple people came in, hemmed this guy up when he was getting a haircut, pulled him out back, you know, and was gonna shoot him. They didn't know he was strapped, and he shot first. And when he got picked up, he told the police, yo, it was self-defense, and, you know, all he walked away was with a gun charge, because they believed him. And then them other dudes that hemmed him up and pulled him out got charged for the homicide, because them assaulting him caused the homicide, the incident with the homicide, to happen. You know what I mean? Because it was like three dudes. One of them died, the other two didn't. The two that lived, they went down for that. The other dude just got a gun charge. And I thought something may happen like that in the situation with Bone, because Bone aired Suge out. And, you know, that's what it was. So now Wack's trying to flip this in this way to try to, you know, make Bone look bad. And it's corny, man. You know, and Wack shut up for a little while. Like I said, it was no new leaf. He was afraid of J-Rock, or not afraid, he was embarrassed about what happened, because he wasn't going to go out there and get active and do nothing behind that. And, you know, now he couldn't help himself. He's back to his old ways. And, you know, he's trying to flip this and make Bone look like a rat to the people. And I don't think this is going to go over well for him. I don't believe it to be true. But I want to hear what you guys think all about this. And check it out. I want to point out something too. Is one time on this channel, right, I did a video that I did a video of a gang member in the street. That's what a lot of people are saying. Yo, gang members, if you're in the streets like that, you know, you ain't supposed to talk to the police. And I believe, basically that's what Bone did. He didn't give any kind of statement on what really happened with the crime. And he just wanted it to be known. He put the pause on Suge. And Suge ran. And that's what it was. But they still subpoenaed him to court. So I feel like he really didn't give a statement. But check this out. I did a video once on this channel about a gang member who I've never quite understood this. And a lot of people felt like I had different reasons to do that video. I didn't even want to do that video. The information came to me, and it did not come to me from my bro. A lot of people think my bro, who's a rapper, was the one behind giving me that information. Someone else gave me the information of a particular gang member giving a statement. He gave a statement of 2 people that he got shot. He gave a statement. He didn't straight up give their names, but he identified which way they ran, what they looked like, what they were wearing, and then those people were arrested when they went to trial. He went and testified. These dudes are in prison right now, and dude got exposed as a snitch. But what's surprising is, looks like dude's still in the hood, man. So tap it in the comments. Let me know if you guys who I'm talking about with that situation. And I'll tell you, like I said, I'm no gang member. It is what it is. I just make content. I wasn't out to try to attack that dude, but dude told, man. Dude told, and but I'm surprised he's still out there in the streets. They're accepting him. I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this Bone and Wack situation. Like I said, it's mad corny to me what Wack is doing. Wack don't want no problems with this man like he don't want problems with a lot of people, man. I think what happens a lot of the time is Wack goes on the gram, pops his bullshit, and then, you know, he tries to reach out to other people who got some status that he fucks with and everything like that, and see how can we go about this, you know? And like I said, fades come up behind this stuff, and Wack's always turning them down. Wack will play 2 people against each other, you know, to further something that he's doing for his interest. He'll turn 2 people against each other and have them fighting and attacking each other. And Bone, I don't believe he's the kind of individual that will do things like that, because, you know, he's known to be a solid dude. But I gotta go, guys. Like I said, I apologize for the quality of this video. I'm driving home right now. I gotta sign out. I gotta go in and get my coffee. You know, Jay Coffee needs his coffee. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Daily videos, sports, music, news, life, current events, and much more. Let's talk about this, though, in the comments. Want to hear what everyone thinks about this Clay and Bone situation. Wack's back to his old antics, y'all. Peace.